Hey guys, okay, let me go ahead and turn my car off so we're not wiggling all about. Okay, let's go ahead and go over these products. Okay, so the first thing is the Brightening Seaweed Water Cream, 92% natural. This was nice. It seemed fine. I'll put all the prices and stuff in the description. This wasn't very cheap. It wasn't like, you know, it was $10. So $9.88. I don't think that's bad. Especially if it works, but it's only 2 ounces of product. But you get it looks like you're getting pretty good ingredients in this. So, again, I'll just put all the prices in the description. Next thing is the primer. I don't feel like this did very much. I don't think it's a bad product necessarily. I feel like it did kind of smooth out this area. So I was well hydrated, and then I put the primer on, and that added a little bit more hydration, but my skin does feel very soft. I don't know if that's due to the moisturizer, the foundation, the powder, or the primer. So I don't know. Primers and me don't really get along very well. I never use them because I've never found one that actually would work, do what it said, or do anything good for my makeup at all. So I'm kind of meh about this one. But I will, credit where credit's due. I put it up around my crow's feet. It does feel very smooth and soft, and I feel like it is helping this crusty, dry area right here. So I don't know. I might use this a couple more times just to give it its fair shot, but as of right now, I don't know. I feel like I do kind of like it than any of the other primers that I've ever tried, because it's not burning my eyes, and it's not too silicone-y and creating too slippery or velvety of a base for me before my foundation. All right, the foundation. I tried this the other day. If you want to get a better review on this, check out that video, the Found Nourishing Liquid Foundation. Just the other day I did this, last week sometime. Yeah, sometime. Anyway, so this is not a favorite of mine. I love that the shade was light enough, so I like that they have light shades, but it's just a little too crusty on my skin. It's very thin, and you really have to shake it up to make sure it's completely mixed. It wants to separate. I don't know if you can see, like right here, it's wanting to separate. But that's the thing with natural foundations and natural cosmetics in general. They don't want to bind together because they're not using any of those synthetic materials to help bind them together. So I'm not a big fan because it clings to my crusty dry patches. Let me just check up close one more time. It's still wanting to cling. Not as badly as the first time, but like all right here where I have a dry area, it just wants to cling to it. So just can't make that one work. I tried mixing it with other foundations as well, and I can't make that one work. So, all right, next thing, powder. This powder is okay. It is labeled a mattifying powder foundation. Did it mattify? I feel like it probably did. Not a ton though, because I'm getting some light reflection here. Everywhere where I didn't put any highlight, I'm getting a little bit of light reflection. Let me just give you a swirl. For a powder foundation, it just doesn't really have a lot of coverage. I'm going to put a little bit right here because I'm always too shiny right there. And then I'll go ahead and do the other side as well. It's soft and it's nice, but nothing that I would say run out and get it. Okay, not bad. And I'll put all the prices in the description, so if you're like, well, I think I might want to try that, that way at least you'll know how much it was and you can kind of incorporate that into your decision. Okay, so next thing was eyes. And this is the Found eyeshadow palette in the shade 20 Blush. They had one other palette that was more warm. This is more pink and cool-ish. Yeah, it's pretty cool, I'd say. And the other one was more warm. So these shadows are not terrible. Let me give you a couple of swatches. I'm going to go ahead and swatch the dark ones. Oh, wow. Well, the black is pretty black. There's the sparkly gray. And then this purple. Okay. The black's good, but not crazy pigmented. The gray sparkly shade, again, very softly pigmented. And then this purple, it's like a taupey purple, dusty purple shade. It's just, I don't know. I feel like the light shades are fine because you're not looking for them to be too crazy pigmented. Here's that peachy shade that I put on my lid. Do I have another finger? Let's see. And here's the lightest highlight shade. So I feel like the lighter colors are fine. And here's the thing, like, this is a natural makeup brand. Just grab tissue. So I feel like I can kind of let them slide a little bit for not having too pigmented of powder products, because they're assuming, I think, or the brand is probably set up to where you're going to have a natural makeup look and a little bit of, you know, spice it up if you want, but it's not meant to be like this bam in your face artistic brand. So I don't think this is terrible. It's probably a little bit more money than I would want to spend for just a simple eyeshadow palette that's not like blowing me away. I still say the best eyeshadow palettes for the drugstore are the Wet n Wild ones. All right, so next thing, eyeshadow. Okay, so the brows. The brow product was really nice. The only thing is it's awfully big for brows. And I put decent pressure on it, and I'm not getting too much pigment, and it's not too, it doesn't lay down too much product or color. There's a spoolie, which is softer than I was expecting. So I think the brow product is nice, except for the fact that the tip is pretty large. If you have a natural brow like I do, my brows are relatively almost completely natural. I thin them out and pluck like all the strays that come down here. Other than that, they're completely natural. So for me, it's no problem. But if you need a finer tip, you probably won't like this. This was a good brow product, I think, though. All in all. All right, and the volumizing mascara, very natural mascara, but the brush head, the spoolie part is absolutely huge. It's just too big in my opinion. What I ended up doing was just using this front tip of it for the whole thing. Otherwise, it was going to poke my nose or get onto my eyelid or get onto my under eye. So I think the brush is too big. I don't think it's a terrible mascara, but it is kind of a natural-ish mascara. And I don't know, I feel like some of the Broadway mascaras would work better than this, and even some of the Wet n Wild mascaras would work better than this. But if you want to try this mascara, it is very natural looking, so it kind of ties in with the whole brand's theme. Alright, so next thing, what do we got? The blush. I don't remember if they had an eyeliner or not. I think they probably did, but it wasn't like nothing to make a wing or anything like that. So the blush, this is the Pink Glow Baked Illuminating Blush. Really nice. This was actually more pigmented, I feel like, than the eyeshadows were, but it's really pretty. They had two shades, like, and you can see kind of, it's a highlighting blush, and that's true. There is some highlight that's coming off of this blush. So it's a glowy blush, very nice, very pretty, but it's kind of easy to get a little too much, so you'll have to be careful with that. Otherwise, really nice. I think they had like a peachier shade as well as this one. There was only like two shades. So I think the blush is good. Okay, last thing was lips. Oh, I forgot to talk about the color correcting concealer. Okay, let me give you guys a swatch of this, but it does say peach, so I'll give it to them for that. It is peach. I'm gonna try and mix it up and see if maybe it just needed to be mixed up. I'll try it again at another time to see if maybe it was user error, but okay. So there it is, fresh out of the tube. Let's see if we can give you guys a little bit. Okay. Alright, so I don't know, maybe it just needed to be mixed up a little bit better, because it seems like it's performing now a little bit better than it was when I was trying to put it on. When I put it on, it was like a gel with like a tint of color, and then it took all the foundation away from my under eyes. So I had to kind of go over it again with the foundation. It didn't do anything the first time. So I will try that again and update my thoughts. It might be a little too peachy for my under eyes, but we'll just see. And I will update that later on. Okay, so I think that's it. No, we got lips next. Okay, the lip liner is exactly this color, which is, yeah, right here. It's not coming off on camera. It's much more orange than this. Like, it's like peachy. it is exactly that color, which is not the best color for me or a color that I would like, but if you're looking for a lip liner, the lip liner's not bad. The liquid lipstick, awful. Absolutely awful. It came off straight up orange on me like a creamsicle. And then like I was trying to put it on, and it just was smearing and streaking and gunking up like right on the inside of my lip, like right here, closest to my teeth. not a good look. It just looked like I had crusty, disgusting. Now, granted, I did have pretty crusty lips, but this was not helping at all, and the shade was absolutely horrendous on me. So, not a fan of this. They had other colors. I don't know that I'm going to go back and try them because this was not matte, first of all. It's still not being matte. It's called a matte liquid lipstick. It's not drying down. It's not matte. It's like a gel type consistency. Like a lip gloss, but not sticky is what this is like. So, not a fan of that. I would give that one a pass. Alright, so, and the last thing that I'm going to talk about, and I don't know, I may do a video on this, we'll see. I might just come back and talk about it because I don't know if you guys are really that interested in having one more video from me with bad lighting. Okay, this is the Makeup Removing Balm. A nourishing cleansing balm that melts away makeup and impurities. 90% natural. So I wanted to try this because I've been having a lot of dry patches recently, and so I had purchased from Walgreens the Albaline Makeup Removing Balm, which is basically just a tub of Vaseline. So this one doesn't have any mineral oil in it, so it's not going to be like Vaseline. So I wanted to try this just to see how well it worked because I want to kind of get more moisture onto these dry patches when I'm removing my makeup. So I will try this. I'll give you guys a bit of a look-see. It is, to me, I feel like it's going to be more like a cocoa butter. So that's the consistency. Yeah, it feels just like cocoa butter. A little bit oilier than some cocoa butter. And on my hand it's not really, and I've got some of that makeup from the eyeshadow on my ring finger, and it's not really, oh, it's removing it now. You got to get enough though, but it's not removing it as well as the Albaline is so far. So I'm going to try that tonight and give it a few more goes, and we'll just see how that works out, and I will update that in the description as well. Let me know, you guys, let me know if you would be interested in seeing me take my makeup off with a makeup remover at all. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry these are so long, but thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!